the people who have ever been there, we know the repercussions of what is going to happen. Secondly, I don't know whether our police, the Uganda police, is in position to enforce the digital campaign that you have proposed. Thank you.
Honorable Leader.
Thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity. Chair, I have two clarifications that I want the EC to help me, especially me who comes from the border and then a district where we don't have media houses. We don't have enough network coverage. Attorney General, this is Karenga District, Kabong District, no TVs.
Big Kenya.
If you want to listen to a radio, you open the channel of Kenya or South Sudan. And most of our people, even in Buko, it's the same. And most of our people live in hilly areas. They are living on top of the hills of Nyangia, Nakore, Morumale. Now in this situation, how will you help us, the candidates who come from these districts? I came back from the constituency on Friday. And some of the questions they were giving us, because I was telling them, they're saying we are going to have digital campaigns. They say, are you not fearing us? Are you not running away from us? Why are you telling us that it's digital? Go and tell our president that if it is digital, it's better we wait for the corona to go away. Because we want to see you, our leaders. We want to see the way you talk. We want, and especially, Mr. Chair, I want to give this as an example. In some parts of Karamoja, if you want to go and become a leader, you want to be a leader.
What is this initiation fully constitute?
What happens? What happens?
One of my colleagues is saying, do you walk naked? Gone are the days when we used to walk naked. We are now like the rest of Ugandans. What I meant is to be initiated. There is a class of elders who approve you. They approve you. Are you eligible? Are you discipline-wise, but not the way you think? Chair, lastly, I also wanted to put this. I had when the chairperson, I don't know whether I had it well, but I want a clarification. When he said, in some cases, he gave an example where we are seated here. We are about 50 or something. Now, in a case where I can go as a candidate and get about 20 agents of mine, and we observe the soap, and then the police officer comes, the DPC comes and says, no, they are saying no collecting people together, and then begins arresting me with my agents. What will happen? So you need to make a clarification so that when we go out, we can handle the 20, the 30, the 40. Thank you, Chair.
And the Honorable Asman in his constituency, there is somebody who was arrested for doing what? And the release on police force.
Selling alcohol without social distance. Selling waraji without social distance. That is the body form. By police, it is here and secure. So you can see the confusion we are finding ourselves in.
So you could also remember a candidate could be charged before at your home.
Mr. Chairman, let me forward the phone to the Attorney General.
Okay. Okay, yes, Honorable.
Remember that Attorney General is your lawyer. In Makerere, we build it for the future. Chair, I want to ask the Electoral Commission, in whose interest are we organizing these elections? We thought that we organize elections in the interest of Ugandans, not a particular group, not a specific system, not a specific body. If Ugandans elsewhere, if Ugandans who are the beneficiaries of the elections are saying kindly postpone, the word is simple, postpone. where is the problem? We need to know from the Electoral Commission so that we can know whether they're organizing these elections for specific people or particular. The Attorney General is showing you the Constitution, but the Constitution is the land, is the law of the land. For the Ugandans who are telling you that for us to live and have that Constitution operate, we are saying the Constitution. So we needed to know from the Electoral Commission. I see Senior Kashobi are trying to tell me the answer, but I'm saying we need to know the interest to whom we are organizing the what? The elections. Chair, in campaigns, when we are campaigning, and I know Senior Kashobi knows this because he has been there, but the language is so serious. When you are campaigning, your campaigners need to see the individual. Whoever you see, Chair, at times in Uganda where we normally go wrong, there are things that we don't give attention to. If I know if Senior Kashoga was here, we would be arguing the way we are. Chairman, what I was driving the point of the body language. The body language in whatever we do,
Especially in the soccer culture.
Especially in the soccer culture. Chair, even if you are, because everybody here is mature, even if you are suggesting to a lady, you will not just be on the phone in Bugabula, the lady is in Masaka, and you think you will succeed. No, she must see you to get convinced that this is the right person. So when we are in campaigns, Chair, when we are in campaigns, seriously, our voters must see us. Stories of saying they will hear from the radio and so on, it can't work, Chair. Chair, I was in Masaka and in Barara.
Information. During campaigns, some people have met wives and husbands. That's why the contact is very important. Yes. Yeah.
Somebody said it's a witness. Chair, I want to conclude. Chair, I was in Masaka. I was in Masaka. Chair, I was in Masaka on Monday. And yesterday I was in Mbarara. Chair, Mbarara and Faro Hospital, they have just built the structures and they have asked for beds for the patient, those sick people, the corona patients. They have submitted their request and they have requested for beds. Ministry of Health is sending the beds for them. As people are preparing the room for patients of corona, Electoral Commission is organizing the elections. You get it? Now my question is simple. Chair. If assuming me, a candidate, falls sick when I have around 14, 15 or 16 days to go, and the policy is that the moment you fall sick, they quarantine you. I fall sick, you quarantine me. What does that mean?
It's like you have died.
Because I'm campaigning, amidst my campaigns, I fall sick. Minister of Health comes, they quarantine me. What happens?
Digital.
You get what? I began campaigning digital.
But what he's saying actually
It's something
is
can
not
happen.
provided for in our laws.
Yeah.
Our laws
Provide for
provide
death.
for when you die,
Yeah.
but not when you are
That's a very strong.
isolated somewhere, specifically, and this is by government.
Your agents.
Nobody else has power to quarantine.
Your agents can campaign for you.
Our laws do
need
not
to get
provide
into
for
the
that. But this is the right thing.
you get to know.
So Chair, these are things that we want to look at realistically if we live on this planet. You get it? Lastly, just to share a simple example, I saw colleagues saying it's not possible to campaign without shaking hands with your people. Chair, I was in my area with the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker could try to avoid and say corona, and they could respect. For me, they could not. You don't hide that you are putting your hands here, brother. No way. They just surround you and they come. So how are we going to control that situation since we shall be looking for votes if we have to be realistic?
No campaigns.
Honorable Kamba, and second, your second last, Honorable Mr.
Thank you, Big Joe, to individual, voters, if I got you correctly. Yeah, you said the only thing you ban or you intend to ban are massive rallies, meaning that a candidate can move door to door. But what mechanism will you put in place to ensure that as a candidate moves from one house to the other, it does not attract a crowd?
It does not transmit also.
And in the process, transmit the virus.
Cases.
Honorable Kashobia can share with you that it is not possible for a member of parliament to get out of his car at any point in his or her constituency and will not attract a big crowd. It is impossible. Now, what will happen to such a member if he is arrested for violating
Attempted murder.
your...
Attempted murder.
Actually, my information is that that's the only way you can assess whether you are attractive politically or not. You can get out and
No one comes.
Then,
you are alone.
then the other question. I will take an example of my constituency, which has a radius of 40 kilometers. 40 kilometers. How long will it take me to move from one pole to another to canvass the entire constituency? Will the 3 months you're suggesting be enough in a situation where I'm not supposed to campaign at night? And then my last key concern is that I really agree with you that there is a constitutional command you want to execute. And there are constitutional provisions to that effect. However, as you all admit, it's not a normal situation. And conducting a general election in such an abnormal situation would cause a violation of many constitutional provisions and other electoral laws. Wouldn't it be proper for the Electoral Commission to kindly come to this committee that oversees it and propose or seek for the advice, because we are the representatives of the people. We know what is happening down there, and we know what will happen in case during the electoral process Uganda registers about a million positive cases of COVID-19. Right now we can contain it because we are having 800 cases, so we have enough facilities to contain them. What will happen if we have a million cases? So my proposal is that you come to us and we critically look into these legal provisions. If we are at the law here, we can argue until cows come back home.
They are already before us. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much, Chair, for flattering me, but I still look young.
You are only looking, but you are not. You are only
And
looking, but you are
they are
not.
supposed to ask.
Professor
Thank you very
Kamuntu.
much.
Professor Kamuntu is available.
I have 2 points, and maybe it is good I'm speaking last. One is the security of these elections. I'm not in charge of anything near security in this country, but I would want to invite the people on the opposite side, our guests, to look at this issue, security, in this abnormal situation we now find ourselves. We've agreed that these elections is not going to be as the previous ones, the previous credible ones we've had. Security and also the enforceability. My friend Mama Maggie brought in the enforceability. Let us look at the police that you normally use. We are using police to enforce the directives and the laws and other of COVID-19, which is already really too much. They are overwhelmed, they are overstretched. Now you want them again to come, and they have to come to help in the security of these abnormal elections. I think is asking us to be sensitive about people, protect the lives of Ugandans. Now, under Article 61, your mandate is clear. But this mandate is being eaten up by COVID-19, which has nothing to do with your... Are you not feeling, I would invite you to feel sensitive enough and look at the lives of Ugandans. These are your children, your cousins, your nieces, and what have you. What is this thing which is cast in a stone that cannot be flexed? And who is it about? If this roadmap and the election, to have elections as you want it to be had, is cast in a stone and you cannot flex it, you cannot improve it, then I beg you don't do it on Ugandans. Do it somewhere else. Because we are more sensitive about our people, about our country. He has just said about our future, and there is no way. Already we are scared. Members on the other side, we are scared. We've had people here in the same room under the Committee of National Economy, and we are saying, even what the directives, you go to Chico. We are trying to fight that. What about with the excitement of elections and the time, as members have told you here? Let us, I invite you, let us look at the law. We've touched this constitution before. We are allowed to touch it again, and we should touch it this time, particularly when it talks about the lives of our people. So nobody should show me the constitution and that nothing cannot be done about it. Somebody invited you that we can put our heads together and come up with a law. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Where the radios, TVs are not, they would say something.
Yeah, the clear things. Honorable colleagues, our guests, to find out whether we have sufficient legal safeguards to carry out elections in the digital way one. And also, if you don't have, what do we do? My fear was, and a few members, and I thought somebody would have said it, the fear of having several election petitions. The election petitions will not have regard to guidelines and SOPs introduced by the Minister of Health. They will be challenging elections if it is presidential under the Presidential Elections Act. If it is parliamentary under the same relevant provision. Now we are conducting it under those same laws, with the necessary modifications and regulations coming, which is not yet before us, are we ready for election in these kind of circumstances? If the answer is yes, Uganda should be able to, and I've been through this, and members, this is not the last meeting. Here is the beginning. When the chairman is talking, well, we can charge you for as your client was charged with what? Which offense is that?
Selling warranty without social distance.
Mr. Chairman, did hold an election in this pandemic and there were no public meetings. As simple as that, then we learn from that experience.
And public meetings, here I want to. Yes, Electoral Commission, the questions were many. Attorney General, Honorable Minister.
which we are still developing. We are developing it in consultation with the Electoral Commission. We shall bring them either tomorrow or on Tuesday. They will be debated in the Parliament. They require parliamentary approval, so we are bringing them to the Parliament. And basically, they are intended to show how different political parties can use the current COVID-19 circumstances to hold their own internal elections. Because today they can no longer hold their internal elections by public gatherings because of the public health instruments. So we are looking for a methodology by which they will be able to carry out their own internal functions, to have their own flag bearers, all the political parties to have their flag bearers elected under new rules. That's what we are trying to work out. We are preparing policies which we shall bring tomorrow, which is Thursday, or next Tuesday. They will be tabled by the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Policy eyinza okukkiriza political parties zifudde okulonda okwabwe munda balyoke basobole okulonda ba flag bearers baabwe, kubanga kati omukyala wa public health atugamba nti temusobola kubeera bantu bangi. N'olwekyo tunoonya policies ezijja okusobosa abantu, rather political parties, okulonda mu ngeri endala etali ey'okukungana, etali ekukungana. Mwebale nnyo.
Tunyonyodde akakiiko ka palamenti nti tubadde tusisinkana ebibiina abantu ba bulijjo nga baleeta endowooza yaabwe ng'egamba nti wadde gundi rallies tezigenda kubeerawo, enkungaana z'abantu bangi tezigenda kubeerawo, tetusobola kubeera n'enkungaana z'abantu batonotono nga 23. Ebyo ebirowoozo biva mu bantu ab'ebibiina and so on. Kakati ffe nga akakiiko k'ebyokulonda tukyali mu nkola eyo kusisinkana abantu abakwatibwako, era enkeera tugenda kusisinkana abasedu, tugenda kusisinkana ekibiina kya Union Women, tugenda kusisinkana bamu ba presidential aspirants abaagala consulting mu biseera bino bya COVID. Tukyakungaanya ebirowoozo by'abantu. Waliwo abaleeta endowooza eyo nti lwaki temukkiriza abantu nga 20 oba 3 oba 5 okubeera mu kifo kimu, basobola okukola ki okugoberera ebiragiro bya Ministry of Health ebikwata tonsemberera, kunaaba mu ngalo, okwambala masiki. Eyo endowooza ekyali awo tetunassalawo kiki, tetunategeeza eggwanga n'ebibuuzo nga bwe bizze wano mu kakiiko kano ka parliament tubinootinze era wiiki ejja tujja kuba tubiddamu.
Sindebe olwo ababaka abaagala okulonda kwongezebweyo okyogerako ki?
Kakati kulonda tekiri mu buyinza bwaffe ogamba nti okulonda kuno kwongezebweyo. Obuyinza obwo buli mu parliament bebamanyi. Kakati ekyo kibuuzo babuuziza omuntu omukyamu fe akakiiko ke byokulonda ffe tetulinako buyinza kawayiro ako ka parliament akawayiro ka constitution akoogera ku ngeri ki akalulu kasobola okwongezebwayo.
Singa embeera egenda bweti abalwadde ba COVID-19 minamu enteekateeka nabo okubasobozesa okulonda kuba nabo bannayuganda.
Kubanga kakati ekyo kyo ekisooka tujja kusooka tutunuulire bantu bammeka kubanga kati wetwogerera kati tetumanyi ku lunaku lw'okulonda tunaabeera n'abantu bammeka abalwadde bali mu quarantine oba self isolation. Ekyokubiri tulina okutunuulira ku mateeka galiwo nti omuntu wabeera mu nnyumba ye nga mulonzi kakati wabanga buli omu atuukirirwa okulonda so nga ate ba agents ba candidates balina okubeerawo kati ate presiding officer alina okubeera omu wa polling station eyo. Kati presiding officer anaava ku polling station eyo agenda sooke alondese bali abali mu self quarantine kijja kubeera kitya. Ebintu ebyo byonna tujja kuba tubitunuuliramu kubanga ojjukira nti eggwanga kati wetwatandikira omujjuzo guno omuggalo wetwatandikira omuggalo si we tuli gavumenti egenze kola ki egenze ekendeeza omuggalo. Tomanya wetunaatuukira ku lunaku lunyini okulonda omuggalo guyinza okuba nga guweddewo naye gavumenti egenze kola ki egenze esumulula nolwekyo tujja kuba tutunuulira buli mbeera kubanga banange mujjukire nti covid yaleeta embeera etali ya bulijjo. Kiba kyetaagisa naffe bwe tuba mu nkola yaffe y'emirimu tulina okuba tulaba kiki mu mateeka ekikkirizibwa okusobola okutambuza emirimu gyaffe oba okulonda nga tetumenye mateeka. Tugamba amateeka nga bwe gali ku ssaawa eno gatulagira okuteekawo kulonda omunaku 3 ezisooka z'ennaku 22 ezisigaddeyo gavumenti okugwawo. Yensonga era nga tetunajja mu kakiiko kano lwaleero twasooka ogifuna nga bwengambe tubadde tusesenkana abantu bangi n'ebitongole bingi n'ebitebe bingi ebyobufuzi and so on. Kakati ensonga era tugitegedde nga kakiiko k'ebyokulonda kibula tugamba tukyali mu kuwisaganya ebirowoozo n'abantu abawerako tulabe kiki abantu bwe tebasobola okutuukira radio naye tujja kutuuka tulabe baani tugenda kubeera n'enteesaganya n'abakulira ebitongole by'amawulire Ministry of Information, Uganda Communication Commission, National Association of Broadcasters era mumanyi tubadde n'abamawulire twabasisinkana ba broadcasters ba editors ba talk show hosts kwegamba Electoral Commission kaweefwe weeriwo kati kwe kulaba nti mu mbeera eno eriwo tusobola kubeera n'akalulu akali nomo ng'amateeka bwe gatulagira.
Ababaka bibulunyiza ku basirikale
basirikale ba Uganda mubatulekere tujja bitereeza ebyo byonna okulonda scientific kubanga wakati mbuuziza era mbuuziza ku kakiiko okulonda kuli scientific kitegeeza ki kubanga ffe enkyusa etwaleeta mu eriemu yokka nga tugamba okukola campaigns z'enkungaana ennene oba mass rallies tekijja kusoboka kusinziira ku kuwabulwa kwa ekitongole ky'obulamu kibaatuwa nti nolwekyo ne tugamba tukyuse mukaawo naye ebisigadde byonna bigenda kusigala kyekimu ku lunaku lw'okulonda enkola yemu yetumanyiridde olunaku lwa nomination enkola yemu okujjako ebyo tugenda kussa mu nkola bino ebigobererwa okwewala ekirwadde ng'okunaaba mu ngalo tonsemberera n'okwambala masiki naye bwe tugamba nti okuba campaign tekujja kubako kwa bulijjo tujja kweyambisa mikutu gy'amawulire n'ebirala kiba kitegeeza nti okulonda kuvuuse scientific so nga ate ku lunaku lwokulonda lwennyini ojja genda kuba kaluluko mu ngeri eya bulijjo gye tumanyi.
Mu biseera biri
Well, omumateeka galiwo kati teri sobosesa okuwa ba presidential candidates ya campaign era jukira nti babawanga entandikwa ye miliyoni nga 2 naye kakati omumateeka bakijjawo basigaza kya security kyokka oba wa motoka n'abakuumi naye ebyo byonna tubitunulira nti mu kugoberera engeri gye tusobola okuteekako akalulu k'obwenkanya nga waliwo abantu abatasobola okutuukirira oba radios oba emikutu gy'amawulire waliwo abantu abatasobola nga bakansela zoona balala abatasobola kusosola ssente za airtime kubanga batugambye nti ekigenda kubeera kakati radio bwe gunaaba gwe mulamwa gwekka kitegeeza nti bagenda kwongeza miwendo kati tukyali mu nteesiganya na Minister of Information tulabe engeri ki abantu basobola okuwanguyirwa okukola campaigns nga tututagaganyiza ekigendererwa kigamba nti akalu kalina okubeera free and fair kalina kubeera ku bwenkanya k'amazima gamba nti abasibe na banyaganda bali ebweru basama simu mubayita nti bateekwa nabo kulonda yes ensalo ya kooti tukiziganya nayo n'ekikulu kiri nti tusobola ogiteeko mu nkola ku ssaawa eno ku kalulu kano katugenda mu kati ebyo tutunuulira kisoboka bwe tekisoboka bwe kibanga tekisoboka tuteekateeka okuddayo eri kooti tubategeeze nti kyemusazeewo tukikkiriza naye in practical terms mu mbeera eriwo kati tetusobola okutuukiriza ekintu eki naye tukyatunuliramu ensonga ezo tujja kuba tubategeeza kyekigenda maaso ebyokunaaba mu ngalo tujja kuteekako enkola yatonsemberera kubanga polling station nyangu eyo nyangu kusinga public rally ku public rally banange nga bumanyira ali zaffe onooteekako otya tonsemberera onooteekako otya ngu naaba mu ngalo nedde bumala kubanga jjukira nti polling station eggulawo ssaawa emu neggalawo ssaawa meka 10 kakati abantu bwe bajja ku polling station tugambe nga 10 tetubagamba muddeyo waka nedda tubagamba musooke muyimire wali kati tuyingizeewo abantu nga 10 oba 2 kusinziira ku space eri ku polling station naye ate tetubagamba nti g'oyimiridde wano kati omulala ayimirire Wandegeya omulala ayimirire Kawempe nedda bagambye mita 2 kati kikyangu mu ntegeera yaffe era mu ndowooza yaffe nga bwe tumanya abantu baffe nga ge balondamu essaawa okuva ssaawa okutuuka ssaawa 10 obwo obudde bujja kubumala nga tutaddire mu nkola bintu kubanga kakati omuntu kunaaba mu ngalo kitwala dakiika kitwala ssaawa emu nedda onaaba noyingira line nga face mask yonga kuweri social distancing bagamba gweyimirira wano gweyimirira wali ate tubadde tubikola ebintu ebyo nendabi bwengenda mu banka tuyimirira mu line muno n'omulekera muyinza okubeera abantu 10 mu line mu banka nemuteekako tonsembere naye nje ekikulu njagala abantu ba Uganda bategere nti embeera yitulumu teri yajagala teri yali amanyi nti egenda kubeerawo n'engeri gye tukoze kaweefube ne gavumenti netulwanise kirwadde kino kutuuka kati Katonda n'atukwatirako tetunafuna muntu yadde afudde ate amawanga mala gatusingako n'amaanyi n'obuyinza n'ebintu abantu bafanga ki neffe tukyaliwo lwakiri okuba nti bannayuganda bagoberera ebiragiro bya gavumenti byafulumya ogamba naye kakati kinyenyamiza nyingo bwe kutuuka ku kalulu ate abantu bagamba nti kati bwe tutuuka ku kalulu enkola erina kuba ndala lwaki oba twagamba nti bakyala baffe basula mu butale ne bakigondera ate abantu tukyaliwo tukyagenda mu maaso abakyala bonna bakomyeyo nga balamu naffe tugamba nti banaye kampeyini bwe zitabaawo ezarale kiba kitegeeza nti akalulu kano tikagenda kubeera kabwenkanya kiki kibuuzo ketubuuza ffe kitegeeza nti tikali kabwenkanya olwokuba nti rale nga bwe tuzimanyi nga bwe tuzikola tezigenda kubeerawo ffe nga kakiiko ebyokulonda tugamba tukyasobola okuteeka akalulu k'amazima n'obwenkanya wadde embeera eri bweti kale mwebale